I thought it would be interesting to take a look at what a Seagate 6 terabyte used backup hard drive looks like. Does it work? I assume so. It says inspected, but we're going to take a look at it. And this is to replace a 3 terabyte hard drive that I had used for years as a backup to my Drover, a tertiary, a third backup for all my data. And I ran out of space. It was over 3 terabytes. And I ended up taking it apart. You can unclip the case from it. And I ended up pulling that drive out and putting that into my Drobo. Now, if you look up in my Drobo here, it is this 3 terabyte drive. It replaced, I believe, a 1 terabyte drive. And so this is a Seagate, as you can see, and it's actually a pretty good one. It's a 5800 RPM one, not a 5400 RPM drive. So I think this is actually, it's not a specific Iron Wolf, but it's not a bad drive. It's actually a NAS drive. So that surprised me. That means they're putting half-decent drives into these units. Like I said, this is a 6 terabyte. I'm going to use this as my third backup. So let's go ahead and unbox this, and we'll just see what it looks like. Nothing much to it other than that, but I was interested to see how a used hard drive came, how it was packaged. And of course, when you're buying a used hard drive, which marks, which is noted as having bumps and things, that's really bad for hard drives. So we're going to take this apart and just have a look, see how dented is it. So let's open the box. So interestingly, we have this spec sheet. Q&A. Does it have missing parts? Will it power on? Does it have memory, wipe memory? Does it have screen? Interesting. All this detail about this unit. Yes, damage on top, front, sides. So is this hard drive going to be damaged? Interesting. Like, I don't know how much this is used. I assume this is a direct return from a customer, but interesting nonetheless. Alright, let's take a look at this hard drive here. It comes with the documentation, which is a little bent up, as you can see. Let's get rid of this. Now this case looks exactly the same as my 4 terabyte. Or sorry, as my 3 terabyte. So let's take a look at it. Can I see any blemishes on this guy? So far, I see a little bit of a blemish there. Not that you can really see it. The feet don't look to be used at all. They look pretty clean. So I think this is probably a direct customer return. And supposedly it powers on. Again, when you're purchasing a backup system, you don't normally want it to be used, but in this case I thought I would take a chance. It was probably $30 cheaper than the other 6 terabyte units, cost competitive with a 4 terabyte unit, and so I thought I'd try it. So that's interesting. Over in this box is the power supply. Nothing special or unusual here, but let's go ahead, we'll plug it in, and we'll just see if it powers up. Now interestingly, this comes with European connectors. Look at that. That's strange. And it actually comes with 2 sets of European. Well, there's 2. Well, they look like different size connectors. And finally, an American, North American style connector, and another North American style connector. Very strange. So I guess this is a universal power supply. So let's take. I guess we take this one, put it on. Looks like this has been used before. So it must have been an American that had this before, so there you go. So they packaged it all up and sent it into Amazon, I guess, as a return, and a warehouse resold it. So we'll go ahead and turn it on and see if it works. Alright, got the drive plugged in. It is flashing there, so we're going to see. Let's see if this comes up. So get rid of Drobo here, and we will go to Disk Utility. And we'll see if we can see this. So we see Seagate expansion drive, new volume. So I'm going to rename this. We'll call it backup drive. Backup drive. And in this case, I guess we can just do macOS Journal. We'll see if that works. I'm just going to use Carbon Copy Cloner. Let's see if it will format that guy and work. I see it flashing. So far, so good. Mounting. Alright, there we go. This shows up as a 5 terabyte drive. That's interesting. I paid for a 6 terabyte drive. I don't know, it shows 6 terabyte, use 1.4 gigabytes, 6 terabyte free. Okay. That's weird. Capacity 6 terabytes. Okay, so it's good. 1.4 gigs used on it, so looks good. Let's just do first aid here. Run first aid, see if it makes a difference. See if it says anything about the file system. So backup drive appears to be okay. So we're going to go ahead and use it. So that's interesting. So if I have any other comments, I'll go ahead and put it on the video. But it's just interesting. So there's not too much. I mean, you can't see much for scratches. This is used apparently, and of course you never have any idea what used means. But I'm going to go ahead and put it through my backup routine, where I use Carbon Copy Cloner and basically copy all of the data on my Drobo, copy over to it, and so hopefully this will be a good backup for years to come, for a couple of years anyways, until I get to the 6 terabyte area in terms of data. And once I get there, then I'll actually replace, I'll take the hard drive out of here and replace one of these drives with a 6 terabyte drive. As you can see, I've got 2 terabyte drives and 3 terabyte drives in there now. So an upgrade to a 6 terabyte, that's going to be down the road. I've got plenty of space here. But anyways, I'll show you the capacity since I'm here. So I've got 2.97 terabytes free on the Drobo. So anyways, I will end it there. Just a little look at a used, somewhat banged up, they said, Seagate backup expansion drive from Amazon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.